In this tutorial video, we will review the app flow of the Deduction Detective activity in the reading section of the iBraille Challenge app. Be sure that your Braille display is connected to the iPad before you begin. After signing into the app, you will land on the Student Roster page. Simply select the appropriate student's name from the list of students in your roster to advance to their Activity Center page. From the Student's Activity Center, select Deduction Detective to advance to the list of age-appropriate content for this student. The Deduction Detective activity table contains 3 themes: entertainment, sports and leisure, and wildlife and nature. Each of the Deduction Detective activities will be taken in the order that they appear in the table. Begin with the first activity under entertainment. As the student progresses through these activities and successfully completes and submits their test results, the table will display all completed and submitted tests as grayed out and with an annotation that says completed. When you select your activity, you will advance to the Start page. Be sure VoiceOver is on and your refreshable Braille display is actively reading the screen. When you select the activity that you wish to administer, you will advance to the Start page and the student is ready to begin. The Start page displays a simple set of instructions that the student can read using the Braille display. When the student is ready, they will navigate to the Begin button and select it to advance to the Deduction Detective activity. At this point, the student will hear a 4-beep countdown indicating that they're about to begin. At the end of the 4th beep, the screen will advance and the audio in the device will be muted. A timer will begin running in the background to record the student's time while taking the activity. The student will begin by reading a short passage using their Braille display. When they're finished reading, they will advance to the bottom of the page and select the Continue button if they're ready to advance to the multiple choice questions. If either the student or the teacher believes that this activity is inappropriate for the student, they can skip the test by selecting the Skip button at the bottom of the page. This action will cause the app to advance to the test results submission page shown later, and the student will be scored with a skip for this particular activity. If the student selects the Continue button, they will advance to the multiple choice questions that relate to the passage that they just completed. Each Deduction Detective activity contains 2 multiple choice questions, a pro question and an expert question. The student will read the question using the Braille display and select from the 4 multiple choice answers. The student will have the opportunity to review the reading passage at any time by selecting the Review Passage button. Once the student has selected their answer, they can select the Continue button to advance to the next question. If the student tries to advance without selecting an answer, a pop-up message will appear to confirm that they want to skip the question without answering. If the student selects No, the pop-up will dismiss and the student can make their selection. If the student selects Yes, the app will mark the question as skipped and advance to the next question. The student can also select the Skip Question button at the bottom of the page with the same result. When the student has completed both questions in the activity, they will be congratulated and encouraged to let their teacher know that they're finished. Select the Advance to Test Submission screen button when you're ready to review the student's scores. On the Activity Results page, the instructor can review the student's activity profile information, the reading time and words per minute, a review of the number of correct, incorrect, and skipped questions, and the total number of times the student reread the passage. You will also see a comparison of the correct answers versus the answers the student provided. Select the Submit Test Data button to submit the student's scores to the database. If, for any reason, you do not want to submit these scores, select the button marked Cancel and Discard. You will be directed back to the Deduction Detective content page to choose another activity. Remember, students must take these activities in the order that they're presented in the app.